took a while to go live. Let's see. See if it's actually going live yet. Uh, okay. Okay, yes, it's working right now, so that's good. Um, uh, yes, all right. So here's the Nasdaq up 3.8, down up 3.5, S&P up 3.6, um, and Russell is up 2.4, which is underperforming. Okay. Um, so what's the theme of today? Um, well, yesterday, we have oversold, um, what is it? How we have oversold market in the morning, and then it bounced back, right? So we go look at the 5-minute chart. So we gapped down on Monday morning after two 5% day, and so that really like shake out a lot of people. And then there was some fake news that Trump was going to delay the tariffs by 90 days or something. Obviously, that shot up the market really fast, but then it also came back down really fast. Now, from there, we were able to hold pretty much the lows here, uh, this initial low here for the rest of the day. So that's the good news. And so, and then we kind of, build up this coil here for a pattern, and we broke out again. And then it kind of similar a little bit by end of day. But overall, you can see it's still a positive day. And then this morning, we gap up, right? Again, I don't know why it gap up, but it's just probably um, lots of people. I don't know. It's just maybe temporarily um, technical bounce because so many people might have shorted the market and causes this gap up. Now the market right now was able to hold this morning lows and climb steadily, but very slowly, right? You notice how slow it's climbing. Now, of course, the markets are up 3.8% this morning, so it's unlikely that, I mean, it's possible it could go to 5% day. It's possible, and nothing is not possible. But the thing is, I think it needs a catalyst, right? Now, why is there this bounce? And yesterday I talked about this. I put in some small trades like for a technical bounce to the 10-day moving average. And today we're seeing lots of stocks bouncing back to their 10-day. Um, Again, you can see here on QQQ, the 10-day is only right there, and the current price is right there. So this one it hasn't even caught up to the 10-day yet. But when we look at a lot of growth stocks, they're actually bouncing back to the 10-day, which means they're outperforming this index. Let's go quickly to SPY as well, just to see where it is. Very similar, right? Look at that, very similar. So it hasn't caught back up. Um, Dow, DIA here, this one, you see, this is even further apart. And then IWM is the weakest index right now. So this is already at intraday lows. So again, not good sign so far. Um, Again, the bounce, yes, it looks like a powerful gap up. It looks very strong, but but after the gap up, like it's starting to lose energy already. Like and IWM doesn't look good because it's already underperforming on the gap ups, right? Okay, so that's that. So let's just quickly look at some of the growth stocks now. So again, it's very important to put the big picture, right? Like you have the index still pretty far off the 10-day, and like index like this one looks horrible because so yesterday's high, look at that. Where's the high there? It's actually near the 10-day, but where is today's open? Like not even close. Okay, let's go back to QQQ again. Let's just compare that. So at least this one is like where it was yesterday at the high, right? But again, remember yesterday the high was the resistance level. So we went up there and boom, we came back down so far. Again, not saying that it can go over it, but I think it needs some catalyst. And this is the big news, okay? Trump wants to retaliate on China tonight, or sometime today, that with 50% additional tariff. That's huge numbers. Like we're not talking about small numbers. And then China also said, hey, we're gonna go above 100% after that. So these two biggest economic power is at war, economic war. This has never happened in such a scale in such a fast time. I think this will spook the market, and I think it will hurt many companies. Um, and it will create chaos. It will create chaos. Orders will be stopped on company orders will be stopped, and companies will run out of cash. And liquidity crisis will start. That's just my own opinion. Okay. Um, so anyhow, so with that being said, like I said, um, personally, I'm most likely going to liquidate all my short-term positions today. If not, like I already raised all my stops. Um, I'll take whatever profit I can, even though it's just a one-day trade. But I'm not gonna willing to sit through overnight and watch that news come out. Or sometime I don't know when that news is gonna come out. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Or maybe he's not gonna do it. I don't know. But it's gonna need some catalyst, right? And maybe that's the catalyst. Maybe Trump actually is bluffing. He's not going to do it. But again, he hasn't bluffed so far. Everything he said he has done so far. So that's a lot of risk there. I'm not willing to take that risk. Um, anyhow, so where it closed today, again, in a bear market, trying to turn into a bull market, where it closes is always so important. And yesterday was a very weak close, in my opinion. Um, I mean, it did. I mean, we have a huge swing. Look at this bar. I think this is one of the biggest swing day ever in history. Um, but where it closed barely above yesterday's close, right? I found that really weak. Yes, we have a gap up today, but again, lots of people short the market like after they hear the news of the China news. But sometimes it could be a 1 day delay thing. Once it actually happen, then the market can drop big. Um, But I'm not willing to go short or long either way because I'm not a risk taker that way. Um, so I'll just wait to see what happens. But the chance of it dropping is very high. And again, as we talked about this before, the market tend to test the lows at least once more. Um, in most bear markets, they do. So whether it tests it right away or whether it tests it in a few weeks, I don't know. Okay, but it usually does test it one more time. Um, But the good news is many growth stocks have moved, which is a good news. In fact, they have moved really fast. I was really surprised how fast they moved. And that's a good news because that will help them set up um, and give them a chance. So now it's really about monitoring the stocks that drop the least and relative strength, showing strong relative strength. And then when the time is right, we'll be able to execute on proper buy points, and hopefully the rally is sustainable, and then we can hold on for longer positioning. So that's the goal. And today's list is very similar to yesterday's list. We have GE that was in the top yesterday. Deutsche Bank is probably new. Um, Let me just quick, like, again, this one is not on my list. Sorry. So again, very far from the 10 days. So to me, this is a little bit underperformed. It has corrected a lot. It was a leader right here. You can see it right now, 0.90 to 0.85. So there's one earning that's lower. Okay. So DB here. This is, yeah, let's just marking this. Okay. Let's keep going on the list here. I want to go through that list with you at least once here. Qfin, Chinese stock. There's lots of financial stock today, but this is a Chinese stock. Again, I'm not willing to bet on Chinese stocks right now because I think they're high risk right now. Um, you can see even with yesterday's bounce, still red on the week. Um, Look at this reversal already happening. So again, I think Chinese stocks could have a hard time. Um, It already broke the lows this morning. So this is the lows right here in the morning, and we already broke it. So that's what I'm looking for in most charts today. In fact, I set most of my stop at 2 days one. So a couple of them already got hit. I'm not willing to risk too much right now. So Qfin, right here, and then we have FAF. Let me just take a quick look at that one. 135, 141. That one's okay. 6 cents, slightly lower, so it's less than 10%. So yeah, it is bouncing, but yeah, it's not on my list. So um, TRGP, that's in the resource sector. Um, RefG, RefG. This one is building mobile. Strong earnings. Sales is okay. Bouncing today. Okay. So we've been bouncing, but it's a very weak bounce, like 2 days here. Nonetheless, it gap up today. Again, here's the 10-day green line, right? That's the theme of the day. You will see many stocks, growth stocks, just sitting under the 10-day, which is, I don't know. It's good that they bounce back to 10-day, but you know, there's a high chance it falls. So last time it bounced above the 10-day, it fell, right? So again, all these stocks are going to succumb to how the general market doing, what it does. So um, look at the 5-minute chart. So here's the opening lows. If you were to buy this stock or if you have this stock, I would set the stop right there. This is one is holding pretty good. Look at how tight that is trading. That is really tight bars. So um, yeah, this looks really good. REVG, that's again building here, looks pretty good. So probably the other question is like, again, I don't think the market will do much more today. I think we're just gonna waddle here for the rest of the day, and market might even sell off at the end of the day. I'm not sure because I don't think anyone wants to hold for the China tariff news. That's just my own opinion. That's a big number, 50% additional tariff. Um, with that being said, if let's say um, that didn't happen tomorrow or overnight, and market will take it as a good news that Trump has finally, stopped doing what trying to do, and then we could have a rally, a huge rally probably, and that will push a lot of stocks above the 10-day. In this case, it will probably even push above the 50-day because it's so close to each other, right? So, and that will be a buy signal for me. Um, of course, no one knows the future. Anything can change, but I'm not trading based on the future. I'm trading based on what I interpret right now, and so that's what I'm looking for. So this would be a good candidate. Uh, so for buy, right? I'll just put that here as a note. Okay, so let's keep going. Spotify. Um, on Spotify. So again, we're looking for that 10-day trend here. Here's the 10-day, right? It's just sitting right there. It climbed above it this morning, but it's already pushed back down. And again, 50-day is not that far away. 21-day is also pretty close. So, I mean, let's look at the 5-minute. Again, the morning lows are is you see, I even put my alerts here. You know, like this would be where I would, if you do pick any risk, this would be the stop here. Um, because but the problem still is like overnight, right? Like I mean, we could have a gap down tomorrow. Like even if it holds the rest of the day, we could have a gap down tomorrow, and back down to the lows again. So I just, again, very cautious. Like, yeah, anything can happen. So yeah, I don't like the reversal already so early in the morning. Um, that's not good. So that's not good. But we'll see. That's still holding the lows. So that's Spotify here. Okay, CLS. Right. Look at this. 10-day right there. Hit the 10-day and boom, reverse again. It hasn't hit the new low because I put alert here, but pretty close. See, very close. So okay. So what's the next thing we look at? Well, if it crossed this, that's okay. You know, if you have that stock like me, or I don't, it will probably stop out. But let's see how it react after, right? Is it gonna go hard down, or is it gonna bounce back? You know, if it bounce back, it's actually pretty good because I think a lot of people will set this again. A lot of psychology here, right? A lot of people will set their low stops here, and if it bounce back and it make a new high, that's even stronger, right? But again, we still have that overnight risk today. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep stressing that because I can't see how that's good for the both U.S. and China and the rest of the world. Maybe long term it might be good for the rest of the world, but short term I'm not really sure. So we'll see. Okay, for that. Okay. All right. So that's CLS here. Again, very close to hitting the stop here or the lows of the day. So that's that one. Yeah, like this morning, I mean, it's always interesting how our psychology and emotions work. Like this morning, as you see that over 3% pre-market, like you like, oh, and all these growth stocks are moving. Your intuition is to jump into it. It's very hard. Like I have to tell myself, hey, don't jump into it. It's most likely the top of the day. There's a high chance it will reverse, all that stuff, right? And so yeah, I mean, it doesn't look too bad yet, but we'll see as the day go progress what's going to happen. But more importantly is, again, the 10-day is can be a resistance, and last time we saw it fall after it came above it. Even if it comes above it, there's no guarantee that it will work. But at least um, there's a higher chance. And if it reverses like previously here, you have to take that signal. You know, yeah. Anyhow, so that's what that's what I try to do is always watch the signals every day. What our growth stocks doing. That's more important. Okay, so that's CLS. Let's keep going. We have app here, Palantir. You're gonna see the same pattern everywhere. Look at app. Again, 10-day, right there, the green line. Okay, and then it reversed since then. Look like it hit my stop here. Um, so it already undercut the lows here, right there. Okay. Now again, it undercut it. So far, it's holding tight. It's not like it just keep falling. So far it looks good still. Um, you know, but I'm not gonna buy back in today because I don't want to how do you say take that overnight risk, right? But I just want to talk about this because if it does hold come back up and make a new high, that is very bullish. Like I don't know if it would be pretty hard for it to do that, I think, today. But if it does, like I mean, you know, I don't know. I feel like if it does happen, maybe market knows something that we don't. Um, but let's just see. Even if I do get in back into the market today, it won't be much big positioning. It'll be very small. And but yeah, I don't think I will do. I just don't want to take that. I really believe the tariff news is huge. just like last Wednesday, um, I knew the reciprocal tariff thing is huge, and it's just a matter of whether Trump actually follow through with it, and he did, and boom, the market went down pretty hard 2 days in a row. And then this China news again, same thing. If he goes through with it, it's gonna be big. Like I mean, you have the two biggest economic power in the world going at war economically. That's gonna hurt so many business. Um, I just don't see how we can come out of that easily, not in the short term. I mean, that's a huge, like I said. Okay, I don't even want to think about it. That's how I feel pretty pessimistic about that. All right, so let's move on. So that's app again. Already, this is one that already giving up its gains from the morning. Let's just see. Let's keep going. Palantir. So Palantir actually came above the 10-day, still slightly above the 10-day green line, but the 21-day is so close to it. So it actually found resistance at the 21-day. So to me, I look at both, right? 10, 21 day, especially when they're really close to each other. To me, that difference is so small. I usually use the upper line, right? So in this case, it'll be the 21-day line. Again, we found resistance there so far. It's been pulling back. Again, we haven't hit the lows yet. So Palantir is definitely acting stronger than other stocks, but just slightly. So again, we're seeing this reversal now. We'll see if it hit the stop later today. Um, Again, nothing wrong with the market so far. Very tight trading, which is good. But as they progress, we'll see, right? Like really, at the end of the day, the last half hour or 1 hour is usually where the actions start to happen, and the market will make that decision. Do they want to hold through today to see whether that China tariff thing will happen, or whether not? So we'll see. Then we have Lore and SE. The Lore really strong right now. This chart looks very different than other charts, right? And today it makes new high. That's incredible. So I don't, I miss out on this one. Unfortunately, it looks really good. I mean, look at even the daily chart today. They just keep going. There must be some news or something. I don't know. It's looking really good. I mean, this is definitely like again, I'm not buying anything right now, but I think this is a good candidate, and this is like not many stocks making new high recently. This is one stock that make new high. That's very incredible actually. So again, defense stock. I don't know. When I think of defense stock, I always think of war, right? And I don't know. Are we heading into war? I don't know. But this one is acting well though. That's the thing. So that's lore, and then we'll have SE. So this one also hit my stop here. You can see it's coming back down. Got rejected at the 10-day here. So there's the stop right there. It's coming down pretty fast actually. It's tight bars, but it's coming down every single bar. So I don't know. So that's SE right here. Let's keep going here. Again, we have lots of growth stocks on the list, but they're reversing right now. Most of them. IFS. And so this one didn't bounce much. This is foreign banks. Slightly weaker earnings in the fourth quarter. So surprisingly, there's lots of financial stocks popping up too. Very interesting. IFS. Um, Let me just check this. And then we have AEM. So the gold stocks, again, it's interesting. The gold stocks is holding up pretty well so far. Like probably is the one that holding up the best today. And most of them are still at the highs. Even this one looked like it hit my stop because you see right there. Yeah, so it is reversing now. Again, 10-day line right there, and it's been reversing already. Here you go. So yeah, it just crossed it. It's AEM. Let's keep going. EQT Netflix. Okay. This is oil and gas. I don't know. I feel oil and gas might be the one that's gonna get hit hard in the longer term basis. Anyhow, this one also reversed from the 10-day. So this one's falling fast right now. So that's what I'm worried about. So this is a good example, I think. It's one thing to cross it and then look at it, try to come back one more time, and then after that it just hit new low again very fast. And now it looks like it's accelerating. So um, that's what happens when it fell. So try one more time, but yeah. Netflix RCL. You see this cross below all here? Those are the lows, morning lows here. They're all crossing that right now. So all these stocks are that are doing well this morning are all giving back. So they're all reversing right now. This is interesting. Like it's only been what less than 2 hours into the market and it's already reversing pretty hard. Um, so I don't know. This is not good though. That's for sure. Again, Netflix same thing. This one hasn't hit the lows yet, but very close to it. And this one was pretty strong this morning too. Look at how fast it came back down. So yeah, that's Netflix. Pan American Silver, same thing. Again, this one is weaker. It's so far away from the 10-day. Okay, couple more stock. SFBS. Um, yeah, also reversing. Check the earnings here on this guy. This one has stronger earnings than sales. So, but yeah, looking like the financials, the smaller financials, which is part Russell, are pretty weak. They got hit pretty hard. So, um, okay, so that's that. Um, PLMR was on it earlier. Take a quick look as well. Okay, this one is a little bit stronger. Insurance, right? It got hit hard on Friday, but it gapped. Oh, Friday right here. Sorry, Friday, Monday, yesterday. Is this right? Double check. Yes, that's right. Okay, so today is 8. Yes, correct. So it came back up pretty hard, 5%. I don't know if there's any news. Um, but it's also reversing back to 10-day. But this is it's still sitting at the 10-day. So this one also hit this low right here. Charles Schwab. So this one also reversing very hard right here. Everything is reversing right now. The question is it gonna keep doing that for the rest of the day? I don't know. We'll see. Futu. The Futu again, Chinese stock very volatile. Like again, I don't think I'll touch Chinese stock until all this for a while here. So again, this is looking pretty bad. Like that's like pretty much new low again. Okay, that's it for the market. We'll take one last look at it. Let's go to QQQ. Again, we found resistance at yesterday's high. Not a good thing. And since then we have coming back and hitting new lows. That's exactly what we don't want to see. Not only did we not make new high, we undercut the lows, and I think that says a lot, right? So thank you for watching today's stream. Have a very good day. Bye now.